the first post Pork Fest meme wars. I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think so too. Not positive, but I think so. I don't have any Pork Fest memes. I do have some other fun memes.
I have some good memes this week. So have we published all of our Pork Fest content?
No, I still need to get my... Well, Do Nothing Man is going to publish behind the paywall because people got to pay good money for that. Otherwise, they got to wait like another month. So that's going to publish probably Friday. And then... But I still have to get into edit it and all that crap. So that'll publish tomorrow. And then after that, I think everything's out. Because Queer Werewolves Destroy Capitalism already ran. That was last Friday.
Have you gotten any feedback on that one? I haven't seen anything.
No. I mean, it got decent downloads. I was surprised that nobody had any feedback on it. But, people probably just accepted it for what it was, cleaned their sheets, and, went on with their lives.
Yeah, it's a good podcast when Matt Kibbe just gets up in the middle of it and leaves.
Refuses to take part any longer. That was my favorite part.
Terry stepped right in, so it wasn't a big deal.
That's how you stay married for a long time. When your husband no longer can stand being part of a Queer Werewolves reading, you need somebody to step in, and that just happens to be Terry. She's the hero. She's a heroine.
Exactly.
So dude, just today, I'm sure you saw this, but the Secret Service has concluded their investigation into the cocaine found in the White House. We concluded it because the conclusion usually means that you have an ending or that you have figured something out. When you conclude something, considering how long every other investigation, like the January 6th investigations, still going on, still happening, right? And yet, this cocaine found in the White House, all done.
It was 3 weeks ago, and 0 fingerprints.
Yep.
Somehow in the White House, in the West Wing, where there's probably cameras everywhere, I would assume.
Have to be.
It's not caught on nothing caught on camera. Not anybody walking towards that direction and leaving. No, nothing at all. Interesting.
Yeah. It's fascinating too. I think at first they were like, it was found in the library, and then it kind of moved around to different places. Like, oh no, it was found where anybody could have been. You're like, oh, anybody could have been there. I could have been there. I highly doubt that. It's kind of like, and then people are like, well, many other people bring cocaine, could have brought cocaine in, staff members. But you're like, true. But in my house, if I have a trash can and I have a dog and the dog likes to knock over the trash can and eat the trash, I'll come home. And while I also have children, probably I'm going to be suspicious of the dog, not the other kids that happen to have access to that area that have no track records of knocking over and eating the trash, and yet no fingers pointed.
Yeah, I think, of course, it could have been a staffer, whatever. That's no fun to talk about that. But like when you talk about prominent people in the White House, I think the two most likely are obviously either Hunter Biden or I'm liking it gaining traction. The Kamala Harris doing the cocaine. I can see it. I can see it.
She's got the personality for it. She's got the wacky eyes. She's got the bizarre laughter for no reason. Mm-hmm. She's got the forgetful mannerisms and hyperactivity. I mean, for sure, I could see her doing a little cocaine in the White House.
I don't know if you saw on, I think it was yesterday when it came out on Twitter, and I don't have it as the video as a meme today, but it was talking. Somehow she is the czar overseeing like artificial intelligence, which that just tells you what a joke it is. But so she's talking to this group. I don't know if it was a group of business leaders or whatever. And she explains, she starts off going, well, artificial intelligence AI. Well, it's 2 letters, means artificial intelligence. It's not fancy. What are you talking about?
It sounds like somebody when they're writing a term paper and you have to hit the word limit, you have to hit that 500 words. So you just start adding in bullshit. That's exactly what it sounds like. It's artificial. It stands for, it's 2 words, okay. Oh, cool. Thank you. Okay. And she's just adding on, the descriptors.
Artificial,
the dictionary.
Normally you would think meaning not real, but actually it can make real things. So it
can make all sorts of things. It's like, the dictionary defines artificial intelligence as such, of all the people to put in charge of that, But also, I feel like, why should the vice president be heading up artificial intelligence in general? It just seems like, why would the VP ever touch on that?
I don't know. Like, it's weird. It seems like Biden gives her like the most important jobs. Like, the southern border is being flooded with migrants coming over. Let's give that to Kamala. She'll handle it. Does nothing. Like, blatantly. Doesn't even visit the border.
Nope, hasn't been there.
It's totally absurd. Artificial intelligence, might take over our human existence and kill us all. Let's give it to Kamala.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Speaking of, just because it's kismet that it came up, I'll share something that I just tweeted, because there's this stupid video of this chick who is a OnlyFans model that also does all sorts of Twitch shit. Hold on, share screen.
Twitch shit. Literally, she shits and live streams it on Twitch.
Twitches and she shits it. Oh, I don't want to. I want to make sure I open up the right goddamn window. I have too many windows open on my screen, as do we all. There's no worse feeling, by the way, than if you randomly lose your windows. Like, we were just talking about this before the show, how your computer restarts randomly. And have you ever had it where you just lose everything? It's like all your windows are gone, and you're just like, what do I do? How do I restart my life? It's like getting a divorce. Like, where do I begin?
a clean slate of browsing. I don't know what to do.
I'm losing my mind. Okay, so watch this crazy bullshit. This chick's just dancing and pretending to eat food that's on the screen in emoji form that people are giving her money to pretend to eat.
Is this like a Pokemon thing, or like?
I think she's supposed to be a hungry little like sex elf. Like, people clearly get off on this because that's the only reason they're doing it, is to get off.
I'll take it to 350. I'll leave. I promise. Stinky swear. No spicy. Hot dog, yum.
That was her doing a weird voice when she eats something spicy. It's fucking crazy. So, our buddy Dan Smots over at The System Is Down had shared that, saying we're all going to die. But I told him, my response was, when the AI overtakes us, this is going to be the only valuable skill humanity brings to the table.
No,
is so AI can pretend to feed us digitized food, and we have to go, ow, 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 ow. Otherwise, you go straight against the wall. The robot army will shoot you in the head unless you're like, spicy, marshmallows, ow, 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 ow.
I thought you were going to say AI could do that, but I like that better. The AI forcing humans to do that. It's even more entertaining.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck Kamala Harris is doing tied in with AI. I mean, there's always the theory that she's they're setting her up to fail, like the border. They're like, we can't solve it. Give it to Kamala. The AI, they're like, they probably know that AI has already overtaken us. And they're like, well, this is doomed to failure. We had 2 years until it kills us. Kamala, why don't you go fuck with them? Maybe they'll shoot you first.
I thought that at the beginning, like, this must be just an elaborate plan. They have the first female vice president who also happens to be black. So, they don't want to just like, fire her or have to get rid of her. They just want her to become her incompetence to be shown so clearly that obviously she cannot be the next president. But
yeah,
I don't know. I think the Democrats not to go down a rabbit hole, but the Democrats are in such an interesting position that they have a base that will vote for literally someone who can't speak, John Fetterman, just because they have the D next to their name. And they have two candidates, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, who one of them will be running on the top of the ticket, who also cannot speak. and they're probably going to win. It's amazing.
I mean, all three of them can't speak. Are you actually making the argument that Kamala Harris can speak?
No, I'm saying none of them can speak. Yes.
Oh, okay. I think you're saying that two of them can't speak, Biden and Fetterman. But
yeah, Fetterman. Obviously he can't speak, but
yeah, that's
Someone
I don't know
who
what they're
can
gonna do, man.
Speak better than any of them, at least speak better English, is Volodymyr Zelensky. And I don't know if you saw this meme from, I don't know what the heck they're doing, some sort of summit. I don't really keep track of all these summits they have with world leaders, but you have Zelensky standing there in his solid green fatigues or whatever they are. It's just absurd that this guy...
This is how he dresses all the time, because he just doesn't have any other clothes, right? Just does no other fucking clothes.
so blatantly just playing a character. I mean, he's an actor, so
Yeah.
of course he's playing a character. And standing there awkwardly like a kid standing on the wall at a high school dance who's afraid to approach his crush. But I love this meme. It has one with him standing and then one zooming in on his face. And he just looks like he's freaking out inside his brain. And it says, when you've just had a fat line and you're waiting for your turn to tell a story. And yeah, that might actually be 100% what's going on in his head right there.
I can 100% see that. I have, as you would imagine, also a Zelensky at the NATO summit meeting to share, or meme to share. And hold on, let me remove yours and add mine. Damn it, John! I just hit remove. All right, hold on. Here's another version. This is from Declaration of Memes. So it's got a picture of Zelensky, who's a little guy, next to one of those park ride. It's like a happy bear, and it says 55 inches. You must be 55 inches tall to start World War III. And he's just not quite tall enough.
No, he's trying his hardest.
Oh, yeah. But also, like you're talking about his face, he's got his face all like scrunched up and this like wide-eyed, kind of angry. And he's standing sideways, looking like he might start tapping his foot. He's like, And I was laughing because it looks like exactly like the start of every Bollywood fucking movie. Every Bollywood dance scene I've ever seen starts the same way. And I will illustrate that right here with this music video. So let me play this. So watch this guy. Tell me he doesn't look exactly like Zelensky getting out there, getting pissed and ready to dance.
It looks like a mix of Zelensky and Vince Vaughn, but
Totally.
a much poorer version.
But look at the face. It's like the face, the stance, the seriousness. They always start these things so serious and mad, and then they apparently give people money out of their mouth.
To another guy with his teeth.
There he goes. Now Zelensky's getting into it. Give me more money for Ukraine. I'm going to drop some bombs on my people. Anyway, awesome. Love it.
Yeah, and there's that other video going around of Ukraine being interviewed, Zelensky being interviewed, and he basically says, well, you have to keep giving us the money. I don't know why I'm talking like that.
Yeah.
I can't do it. Because it's for, it's not just for dropping bombs. It's for saving lives. Like the most liberal takeaway, which you've got to be a total moron to think that any lives are being saved with all this money. The only thing that's happening are more Ukrainians and Russians are dying. That's it. That's what's happening. More death.
Yeah. And more castles are being built. Yeah, more money is being siphoned off for his secret bank accounts and is being pilfered away by the oligarchy in Ukraine. Don't forget about that too. Horseshit. Exactly. Well, I got another Ukrainian meme here to show you.
Might as well keep going with it. I got a Trump Biden one coming up next.
Okay, good. This is a Ukrainian Biden one, a Ukrainian hunter one. This is from a account called CCP is Asshole, and it's got the new exhibit at the Honolulu Museum of Art entitled Ukrainian Energy Expert, and it's a beautiful painting of Hunter Biden asleep with a crack pipe in his mouth.
Oh, God, I wish that was real. Or is that real?
It looks like it could be real. I'm sure it's not, but God, what a wonderful world it would be. They should have that in museums and in conservative establishments for sure.
Actually, that's one of Hunter Biden's original pieces. He did that himself.
It's the one he gave to his daughter that he doesn't want to take any accountability for and won't let use his name. All
right, so it's like this big kerfuffle about, well, it's not a big kerfuffle with Joe Biden, but with Trump, I remember this. When Trump visited England, he's walking with the Queen. People would be, hey, he's walking in front of the Queen, doesn't know where to walk. Yeah. Well, what do you have? You have present day Joe Biden walking right in front of the king. Trump actually moved aside of the queen, let her walk to the side, but Joe Biden mindlessly, barely shuffling along, and the king is right behind him.
It's so weird, by the way. Joe Biden reminds me of... here, wait, mute it for a minute. Joe Biden reminds me of Molly Shannon's character on Seinfeld that doesn't move her arms at all, or Tina Belcher from Bob's Burgers. Like, when he walks, he doesn't move his fucking arms. It's really off-putting.
He's got some major neurological issues. And I think they've been like even documented in his physicals that he's having trouble moving his legs, and maybe his arms is a balancing thing. I don't know, but there was that recent video of him at the beach like last weekend in Delaware.
Oh yeah.
Strange enough, he's like on the beach, and maybe it's just like stand-ins surrounding him, not real people. But nobody's like even looking over at him. He's just sitting there.
Yeah.
He gets up, walks around real slow. Then when he leaves, it's like you can tell like that the Secret Service and his family walking with him are like straining to like try to walk as slowly as he is.
Oh yeah.
But he's an old man. Like that's what happens when you get old. You have trouble walking.
They're saying too that he skipped all of these late night dinners that they had at the NATO summit, and people are saying, "Oh, it's because he's sundowning." They can't get him there. It's a well-known thing with people that have dementia. You know, like sundowning is a real thing where as it gets darker, they can't function. And I believe it. It would make a lot of sense. Oh, one more thing I wanted to add too is you talking about that the walking in front of the Queen. Well, good. You want to say something about sundowning?
No, I was just going to say, I was thinking back to the debates when he debated Trump and how shocking it was. Like he actually did a decent job for Joe Biden. Like he was like with it. And I don't think it would play off if they actually do have debates and it is Trump and Biden and for 2024. I can't see how it won't just be a complete catastrophe for Joe Biden. Yeah. But people still vote for him.
Like we have to do these debates at 9 a.m. The afternoon's not going to work for us. But no, that when they're walking for the Queen thing, ridiculous, the bias in the media. But it also reminds me of the bullshit coverage when Trump apparently threw the fish food into the koi pond, and that was some big fucking insult. And you're like, then you see the full video where Abe literally does the exact same thing 30 seconds before Trump did it. So it's like, you selective pieces of shit, man. Like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. Well, the other thing about the Queen and the King and Trump and Biden walking in front of them, I don't care. Like, that actually makes me like Joe Biden a little better, that he's just having no respect for the monarchy. But if he was doing it for that reason, I would like it, but he's not doing it for any reason. He's doing it because he just doesn't know where he's walking. They told him to walk that way, so he walked that way.
Yeah, precisely. All right, last meme I've got here is one that I thought was pretty entertaining, and it has nothing to do with current presidential politics, but of course something to do with the current situation on trans politics, which is all-consuming, ever present. And this is from Vanessa Chase, friend of the show. America, they've got a bald man with purple hair and a beard screaming, "I'm a woman, I'm a woman, I'm a woman, I'm a woman." And then Thailand, you got the beautiful man dressed up as a woman saying, "I'm just lady boy." It is hilarious. It's like Thailand's been doing this for decades, no problems. But yet in America, you got to demand that you acknowledge people that clearly look repulsive, like men with beards are ladies. But in Thailand, at least and I just learned this phrase from 90 Day Fiance, by the way. The Thai lady boys are quote unquote selling fish, or no, making fish. No, serving fish. Sorry, serving fish. And that's what trans men that are presenting as women call it when they get all dressed up and they look like they think they look like ladies for real. They call it serving fish.
Serving fish. That's weird.
It's pretty funny, I thought. You know why? Because fish, vaginas. I mean, it's a little bit of an insulting phrase, you think, but
I get it, funny. But they don't have one.
They do not, but they think that it is. They think they're presenting well enough that they're serving fish. That's what they call it.
Well, fair
the
enough.
Things you can learn from 90 Day Fiance, John.
That is culture, my friends. That's our new segment on Meme Wars, Brian's Culture Corner. Come back next week to hear what else he has. All right. So I got some based Roseanne for you. Roseanne on Piers Morgan talking about Ukraine. Have you seen this?
No, I've not.
It's pretty wild. Here we go.
I don't know if you know this, but there's a large amount of Nazis in the Ukraine, and they actually killed my whole family. They marched my entire family, grandmothers, great-grandparents, 10
Yeah,
siblings out into the forest and buried them alive in the Ukraine. So I don't understand why everybody's Ukraine. Well, I do understand. And that's also what terrifies me. People better wake up and do some research on their own instead of buying what comes across on the screen. And I try to shake them up, Pierce. You're goddamn right I do. I try to shake them up and crack their mind control programming. I do it for God.
I would say in relation to the suggestion that they're all a bunch of
You
Nazis.
haven't seen the swastikas on those
Roseanne,
soldiers' arms.
The
It's in the
President Zelensky
news.
himself is Jewish, so obviously he is de facto not a Nazi.
I know, but he's not a good one. Are all Jews the same? For God's sake, talk about anti-Semitic. Just because the guy's a Jew doesn't mean he likes Jews or that he's doing anything good for the Jews. I mean, so what? Who cares what anybody is? Just because.
That is fantastic.
She's just saying, she's totally uncensored. And
yeah.
I mean, you could pick at certain points she makes, but overall, I mean, she's dead on pretty much. And I had no idea in the background that like her family, I mean, she's Jewish, was I guess killed in Ukraine during the Holocaust.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, during the Holocaust, there was a lot of there were a lot of people killed in Eastern Europe that were Jews and gypsies because Nazi death squads or people that were obviously sympathetic to the Nazis would take it on their own to kill Jews. So there was an organization we used to work with, my company, PR firm, called Yahad and Unum. And their whole thing was going around in Eastern Ukraine and Eastern Europe and all these other countries and finding mass graves where these death squads would have just killed Jews and dumped them and trying to find that evidence. So, yep, it's a thing. That's a thing.
It's interesting, Roseanne's resurgence here within the past like 2 weeks. It seems like she's come out of nowhere. She was on the Theo Vaughn. That she had a clip that I guess the whole episode was taken off of YouTube, so he posted it on Twitter. It got like 80 million views or whatever, and it was mostly her just talking sarcastically about COVID and about the vaccine and about Fauci. It was pretty good. I mean, she's funny too, the way she does it. Not in that clip we just watched, but on Theo Vaughn she was. She
comes across as a little bit of a wackadoo, but still, she said a lot of what she's saying at least hits home, and somebody needs to say it. So good on Roseanne.
Why not Roseanne?
Exactly.
That's going to be Trump's VP. How freaking hilarious would that be?
It'd be amazing. Better than Nancy Palin.
Roseanne debating Kamala. Oh my God. I would.
Anything else, man?
Just subscribe to our YouTube, our Rumble. If you're not on Rumble, go over, join us there. We're trying to build a following there, but that's it.
All right. Good memeing. See y'all later.